I see that we already have some people inside the assistants. So let me speak a little bit. I think that we can wait another 5 minutes for the rest of the assistants, and after that we are going to start with this webinar seminar. So thank you very much for everyone that is attending at the time. And I think that you are seeing that everyone have the same name. That's because we are using the registration link that's different this time for everyone to enter. But it's okay if you have a question, if you can put your name when you make the question for us to speak with you directly, with your addressing you correctly. And if you want to speak, you always can step the hand and you can speak. We give you the opportunity to speak in the question part. Okay, thank you very much, and let's wait a few minutes more.
Christina?
Yes. Yes.
I think we will wait about 5 minutes for more person joining.
Yes. We are going to wait a little bit more.
Yeah, because I see on the attendee list, all the attendee lists name the same. I will tell them in Vietnamese how to change your name and how to ask the question directly by raise your hand. It's okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Giving you the rights to share the screen.
Can you let me host? Yeah, because I would like to share my screen.
Okay, perfect. So let me stop my camera. And thank you everyone for joining today's meeting, and we start with the presentation.
Yeah, can you see my screen, right?
Yes.
Xin chào tất cả các anh chị đã cùng đến với buổi hội thảo số 3 tổ chức online bởi công ty cổ phần công nghệ và tư vấn CIC kết hợp cùng với hãng phần mềm CYPE đến từ Tây Ban Nha. Lời đầu tiên thì chúng tôi rất là cảm ơn các anh chị đã dành thời gian cũng như là sự quan tâm đến hội thảo số 3 của chúng tôi với chủ đề là triển khai BIM trong bảng thiết kế cơ điện. Chắc là ở đây thì có rất là nhiều các anh chị đã quá là quen thuộc với cái tên CIC rồi. Tuy nhiên thì tôi cũng rất là xin phép các anh chị cho chúng tôi khoảng 1 đến 2 phút để giới thiệu lại một chút xíu. Chúng tôi là công ty CIC và hiện nay thì chúng tôi đang là nhà cung cấp rất là nhiều các sản phẩm phần mềm cũng như là các phần thiết bị từ rất là nhiều hãng phần mềm nổi tiếng trên thế giới. Và mới gần đây thì bắt đầu từ năm ngoái 2023 chúng tôi đã chính thức trở thành official partner của CYPE, hãng phần mềm chuyên các phần mềm triển khai BIM giá rẻ. Và chúng tôi là official partner của CYPE từ năm 2023. Như vậy là tính đến thời điểm hiện tại thì CIC và CYPE đã kết hợp và đồng tổ chức được 3 hội thảo. Hội thảo đầu tiên thì chúng tôi tổ chức với nội dung là chủ đề chung về các sản phẩm và cách triển khai BIM của CYPE. Đối với cả webinar số 2 chúng tôi đã đi đến cái phần về thiết kế kết cấu thép. Và ngày hôm nay thì chúng tôi sẽ tổ chức thêm một webinar số 3 là về MEP. Rất là cảm ơn các anh chị đã dành thời gian cũng như sự quan tâm đến hội thảo của chúng tôi. Ngày hôm nay thì bên phía CYPE thì sẽ có bà Christina hiện nay đang là phụ trách sale thị trường Đông Nam Á và bà Maria hiện nay đang là chuyên gia tư vấn cấp cao của CYPE trong mảng MEP. Tiếp theo thì sẽ là đến cái phần giới thiệu của bà Christina, và cuối cùng sẽ là phần trao đổi và để vào thẳng với chủ đề phần mềm ngày hôm nay là cái phần MVP. Các anh chị lưu ý ạ, mình có thể đặt câu hỏi ở trong cái phần đặt câu hỏi, có hai hình thức đặt câu hỏi với cả chuyên gia của hãng phần mềm CYPE. Thứ nhất là các anh chị có thể sử dụng cái phần chat box hoặc là phần Q&A part để mình đặt câu hỏi, hoặc là các anh chị có thể là ấn vào biểu tượng raise hands. Chúng tôi sẽ set các anh chị có thể là mình trao đổi trực tiếp bằng mic luôn với cả các chuyên gia của site. Và sau đây tôi sẽ nhường lại phần trình bày tiếp theo cho bà Christina. Rất cảm ơn các anh chị đã lắng nghe. Christina, the microphones are ready.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, so let me share my screen a little bit to start with our presentation. Here. So, tell me if you can see the screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, I can see.
So, perfect. So, first of all, thank you very much everyone for joining this webinar today. As Jan, today is a webinar about BIM Server Center and the MAP software that we have in CYPE software. So I think that first of all, we can make a little quick presentation about CYPE for the people that know who we are and what we do. But first of all, I want to present myself. The video, sorry. I'm Cristina Gomez. I'm the country manager for the Vietnam and other Asian countries like Philippines, Japan, Korea, South Korea, Thailand, Laos, Myanmar, a lot of them. But my principal markets is Vietnam and Philippines at the moment. And I also want to present Maria Adrian. Maria Adrian, if you can say hello.
Of course, of course. Hello.
If you want, you can present yourself. I think that's better than me.
Okay, yes. You say I'm in the technical support department. I'm a mechanical engineer. And well, I'm here for helping the users.
Perfect. So this is all for CYPE team for today, and let me start with the presentation now. I'm going to make the presentation of this CYPE software, CYPE company, and after that, let me show you a little bit the BIM Service Center, the store, and also a general overview of what software we have. So, well, CYPE. What is CYPE? CYPE is a software that was created 40 years ago for engineers by engineers. 40 years ago, our owner, Vicente Castell, and other two engineers decided to create a company because they need some tools for do their jobs. So that was an idea, and that idea have now, as I said, 40 years. At first, there was only one software, and now we have more than 150 tools. That means that we have more than 150 software. And why? Because we have a philosophy in this company, and that philosophy is that we have one problem, one solution. That means that we have a software for any of the problems, a software for any of the parts of the build. Because what can we offer? Well, we are offering an ample solution for any building envelope. In addition to our workflow in the company, we are more than 100 professionals working nowadays, and we have more than 30 dealers. And as you can see, we have more than 155,000 customers using at the moment BIM Server Center, because we have the option of not to use it, but that's not BIM, that's only the software. And we are now in more than 65 countries. The more strongest countries that we have is Malaysia in Asia, and also a little bit of Singapore, and now we are very entry strongly in the Philippines market. But we have more than 80% of the market in Spain, and also more than the 40% of the market of Portugal, France, and we are very strong in Latin America countries as well. So, as I said, what can we offer? An ample solution. We have 4 kinds of solutions. We have solution for architecture, for structures, for MEP, and for project management. And everything is connected in our BIM Server Center platform. A platform that allows a BIM communication, a BIM work. Okay? So, what is BIM? And what is the BIM that we are offering? We are not offering a general BIM that the people know, that it's more relative with Revit BIM. It's a little different. We are offering an open BIM. What's open BIM? Open BIM is the idea that we are presenting, and it's the idea that it's working in Europe nowadays. That means that you can work in any place, in any software, and you can be connected with your colleagues and with all that software in one only platform. And you can have all your work together, completely connected to that. But I think that Maria Adriana is more capable than me to present that part, so let's put that part for after my presentation. And what we have in CYPE, we have design and analysis. We have a lot of codes. We have the British code, we have the American codes, we have the European codes. We are working nowadays with the Philippines code, also with the Vietnamese code. We are trying to work on that. And we have a lot of more codes, especially for Marrakesh and Morocco. We have we are working as well in a specialist code for Italy, and a lot of that. We have a page, all the software. When you are going in the web page, and I'm going to show after that, you can see the code that we have for that software. Okay. And what's the other thing? We have the no steep learning curve, technical support, continuous improvements, high technology with AR and VR, and plug and play. We have a lot of things inside, and if we must explain everything in only one webinar, it's impossible, because as I said, we have software for everything. Architecture, you can see here the CYPE architecture. It's a free software that we are offering to the people in all the world, because it's the first step to go in the analysis software and the design MEP software that we are offering. Of course, for today, let me show a little photos of the CYPE architecture and the CYPE structures, but we are going for MEP. And what we have for MEP? Well, we have everything for MEP. We have tags, we have PV systems, hydraulical, anything. We have HVAC, fire protection, thermal loads, etc. But let's finish with this, because it's a lot of words and project management as well. And let's go for the BIM Server Center that I was speaking. In BIM Server Center, it's a platform that we are offering also for free. And you can go now, create your own account, and start to work in BIM, and start to work with CYPE. If you also have the CYPE architecture for free, or if you are using other software like, I don't know, Revit, Craftsoft, anything, you also can go with that, because the way that we are using is that we allow IFC files inside BIM Server Center. So you have your own native file in your computer, and you are creating an IFC file, and you are put it in the BIM Server Center and sharing with all your colleagues. Let's show that part, what we are speaking. For registers, you only need the name, surname, email, and create a password, and after that, go to your email and validate it. That's the important thing. A lot of people forgot to validate it. And let's go to login. I have my own account, so let's go inside. And inside the BIM Service Center, the platform, as I say, that allows to share all the projects. You have your own project, your contribution, and your share projects. Your own project is the project that you are creating, and you can share with anyone. For example, this is I have 4 of these. For example, this is a project that I have with Maria Adrian. This is a test structure, and this other is an Akupat test, for example. This is the first project that I created myself, and I'm not an engineer, so you can see that the software are very easy to use it. And I can share with my team of work. For example, I'm in a team of 20 people, I can allow 20 people in that project. Let's show that part. The shared projects are the projects that other people created, and they allow me to go inside. For example, that's the same, we created at the same time, and this is the sample for Maria. So Maria created, and also Jaime makes here bill of quantities, thermal loads, and architectural design. That's a project that have 3 people working there: Maria Adrian, Jaime, and me, for example. And let's check. We can check in other one of my projects, but I think Maria have a better one, so let's give that part for she. And my contribution. What's my contribution? As I said, we can share all the projects here, and if we go to the map allows all the public projects in the world using CYPE, as you can see here. We have a lot of them, and you can go in one of that project. For example, let's go. We have here one in Vietnam, I think, and let's check is a case study simulation. Let's go inside, and as you can see, I can request for a collaboration in this project. So I can have collaboration with other people in around the world that I don't know, and we can work together in a public or in a private project that allows collaborations. So it's not a platform for work, it's also a platform for make connection with other engineers around the world. As you can see, of course, in Spain we have a lot of them because we are from Spain, also in Portugal, France, and Latin America. And this is a public one, as I say. Normally, all these projects you can allow to make the collaboration, and you can see all your collaborations in the collaboration part. Also in the project that is your own projects, or in the shared projects, or in the projects that you ask for the collaboration. As you can see, I have a lot of collaborations, very simple, but I have a lot of them. Okay, so this has been Service Center. We have a lot more specification. The BIM Service Center allows you to not only work in that, also to detect the clashes inside your projects in the MET softwares. But this is a part, as I said, for Maria. Let's go to the BIM Service Center store. That's the part when you can download the software, and you can see that we have, as I said, more than 150 apps. We have 171 applications because we are creating also a specialist for France, also for Portugal. We have some for, as I said, for Morocco as well. Some of them specifically for Spain, but normally we have a lot of them. And if we want to go here and look for MEP, for example, let's go for acoustics analysis, we can see all the software that we have for acoustic analysis inside CYPE. As I said, one problem, one solution, one problem, one software. That way you can work without any lag. You are working in your projects, because if you have a big file, you know that when you are working, you have problems because they take some time to download the pieces or to record anything. It's very complicated to that, but if you have one software for editing and you are sharing the information in the platform being represented, you don't need to have a big file. You only need to have your own native file in your computer, a small one, to create it, an IFC that is created automatically in the BIM Server Center with connecting in the BIM Server Center, and you can see all the information in that platform without any lag, without any problem. Okay? For example, let's check the air conditioning or the electrical installation. We have a lot of them. And also we have this OpenBIM Daikin, OpenBIM IDEA. This is a manufacturing softwares created with directly with that companies. This software have a very high quality with the products, with the products actualized, for example, the Fujitsu products or the Bosch products as well. We have a lot of companies here. Also, I think that we have some of Toshiba, or, as I say, Daikin, and you can work directly with that with a high level of detailing inside your designs. But as I said, what we have everything. So let's go for the CYPE.com. We choose English. If you want Spanish, you also can Spanish. We are not have already in Vietnamese, but maybe in the future. But for now, let's go in the English, and we go to the solution for professionals. Here, you can see all that we have for all the sectors, and more interesting software for every of the parts. So let's start maybe with the energy and acoustic simulation. We have the IFC Builder, is a software that it's free. It's an important one. It's an application for design and create the maintenance of the IFC building models. So if you have a DWG and you have a drawing, you can use this software and the other software that you have for that part to create your 3D modeling to work with MEP. And for the analytical model, we also have it. We have for the thermal loads, a calculation of it according to the radian time series, energy simulation, improving measures, lighting analysis, and one of our best software in this part is the Accubat by CYPE. This is an acoustic software, very, very useful, and we are created with the center certificate. It's in France. You can read here. It's a special center in France that allows one of the best software for acoustic, and we are creating Accubat with that. So what we have more? We have plumbing, fire protection, HVAC, electrical installation, communication, and of course the interoperability. In plumbing, we have also the water supply system and the statistical diagrams. You can allow the create statistical diagrams automatically, or for example in the water system, site plumbing water system, that I think that is one of the software that we are having now in with a demonstration with Maria Adrian.
Yes.
Yes, we have a design and analysis, the water supply installation. For now, as I said, that we have a lot of implementations. We have updates and upgrades every year. The HVAC is now the start of the season for us. That allows to create all the HVAC in only one software without using a lot of memory. You have 2 pipe systems, builders and head pumps. You can design everything, and also is connected with other of our software like the thermal loads, CYPE thermal loads as well. And for today, we are not presenting this software, but maybe in somehow we can create a webinar especially for HVAC, because it's a very interesting software and very one of our best seller in the market. For today, we are showing CYPE fire hydraulic systems. Oh, sorry, I have a problem with the internet now. Okay. Please, thank you very much. That's one of the software that we have for fire protection. As you see, we have CYPE. It's the validation of basic fire safety rules. Also the hydraulic systems for the hydraulic networks. also for the pressure systems, we have another software that's a very important one as well. Or for the, we have the CYPE FDS and the CYPE FDS viewer. That's for the smoke simulation, I think. So what more we have? Because as I say, we have a lot of software and we can show in the MAP presentation. So let's explain an overview of what we have. For electrical simulation, we have circuits distribution, electrical system calculation, that's the CYPE core. Of course, one of the other best seller that we have is PV systems. That's a software that it's a tool to create the photovoltaic systems, and it's a very easy one. Anto, a multi-line diagrams, switchboards, or of course, grounding system. We have two of them, that is IEEE or IEC. That's two different rules, that one is very specifically for Europe, if I'm not mistaken, and the other one is more a general one. So for the telecommunication as well, we have for the wireless, we have for the telecommunications, the chemicals, and the CYPE systems in general for the communication installations as well. And everything, as I said, is completely connected in BIM Server Center. You have your own software. If you are working in HVAC, you have your HVAC system software. You don't need to have one big software. You only need to have your specific small software inside your computer, and you can work with that. You can download the connected in the BIM Server Center. You can download the architectural model, 3D model, and you can work directly there, or you can update some drawings and work directly in the drawings as well. That's another thing that we can explain after that. How can we do that? We have the IFC uploader. If you are working in other software, as I said, like I don't know, ArchiCAD or AutoCAD or Revit, you can go make the update with IFC, or Revit have their own plugin, because we understand that Revit have his own way to create the IFC, and it's not all the information. That's why we have the plugin for Revit, and that way you can have more than I think that you can have all the information that you need to create their own designs in the Revit. And also we have the stream uploader, another software to upload the different software like Autodesk Robot, or specifically software for structure as well. So I think, Maria, are you there?
Yes, of course. I was listening everything you said. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you. So I think that for my presentation of the overview of what software we have, it's an end. As I said, we have a lot of them, and it's impossible in only one season to present everything that we have. But Maria Adrián is going to present now the CYPE plumbing water system and CYPE fire hydraulic systems. And also it's going to be open to 3 different software for you to check that we have the same interface in all the software. That means that it's very easy to use not only one of the software. If you learn to use CYPE plumbing, you also can use CYPE HVAC or fire protection. So let me share and let me give you the lead now. Let me stop to share my screen, and I'm giving you the right to share the screen. Okay, so Maria, now is your turn. If you also can share a little bit how is the interactive with one software and another one with the platform, and explain a little bit more the BIM Server Center, that would be great. So thank you everyone. This is my final part in the presentation, and see you after Maria's presentation.
Okay, thank you, Cristina, for this interesting brief overview view of web solutions because, as you see, we have a lot of solutions. I will start showing this scheme that shows how to start a project in BIM Server Center. Christina already explained the interoperability software we have. So you can see that one way could be from Revit. You could use the plugin and start a project from Revit. Another option is to upload the IFC with IFC Uploader. And of course, we have two modelers in CYPE. We have developed two free modelers. The names are CYPE Architecture and IFC Builder, and both software allow to start a project. So you can draw the geometry with this software and start the project too.
Sorry, Maria. Sorry, Maria. Can you speak louder? Because
louder?
Yeah, louder.
Okay. 1 second. Is it better now?
Yeah, this is better.
Okay. The microphone nearer me. Okay. So maybe just briefly, if it wasn't loud enough, in this scheme you can see the different ways of starting a project. This from the plugin and IFC Uploader is if you have already created the IFC with other software. In this case, Revit. In this case, Plan, ArchiCAD, and so on. Okay. If you are going to start from scratch with our software, you could use IFC Builder or CYPE Architecture. And I'm going to show you one example. I have this file, this building, okay, created using CYPE Architecture. If you see here, you can see that there's my name and a name of a project. This is because this file has been linked to a project in BIM Server Center. If I click here in Update, you can see what I mentioned, okay? The name of the project in BIM Server Center. I want to show you this very briefly. If we go to BIM Server Center, I'm going to go with my account. Here, let's start from the home. This is the first thing I would find, okay? Well, if I enter in my account, I have my projects. One of these projects is one created especially for today's webinar, CYPE Solutions CIC. So if I click here, I can see first of all in the dashboard the complete solution. If I click here in the magnifying lenses, I'm able to see all the contributions. Because for this project, I have the architectural model, also the water systems installation, the fire installation, the sprinklers installation, okay, and the sanitary systems. I could upload or make visible the 4 models. So you will see that in a couple of seconds, everything is being uploaded. You see here the progress line. So now I have access to everything that has been included in this file, okay, including the installations. If at any point I could decide, for example, that I don't want to see the architecture model, for instance, so I could see only the map part. Okay, and I'd like to point out that this is not only drawings, this has really data, okay? If I click in an element, for example, this is a pipe from the water system installation, in this case from, say, plumbing water systems, and I can see exactly the diameter that it has, the length, the type of material, and everything, okay? This is, we're talking about analysis software. This is not drawings. This is software that has been, elements that have been designed with a certain dimension, certain values, and, well, this is exactly, we are using analysis software, okay? I think that's quite important for me. Well, so that's the whole thing, okay? All the contributions that are in this project. I could see them one by one. If I here and go to contributions, I can have access to the different exports that I have done from the different software. For instance, the architectural design that has been made in this case with CYPE architecture is here. So here we have the IFC, okay, as Christina said, we use open formats. So that's why you can see here the IFC for each of the contributions. This is the IFC that includes the architectural model. We also use GLTF for the 3D and PDFs in order to see the different reports that the software creates. Okay, this can be exported. The same goes for other software such as planning program. Here I have the contribution for the water system installation. So here it is, the IFC generated, okay? So let's see, well, so that's, yeah, not sure what we have here. I think I have to show you the fire installation too. Here you can see. In this case, the contributions from the hydraulic installation, okay? So fire hydraulic systems. Again, with all of the values needed, the type of material, the size, and all the values that are interesting for the engineers, okay? So this is what we can see in the platform in BIM Server Center. Now I would like to show you very briefly how to, well, I think we could start first with the demo, because I think you were very interested in seeing step by step of some of the parts, and then I will show you around some of the software, okay? Let's say that we have started with this building inside architecture. This is linked to a project, and now we want to continue with the water systems installation, okay? How would we do that? Okay, what we'll have to do is to open the software specific for that. This is self-plumbing water systems. Let's open this. And we are going to do a new file. I'm going to save it in my computer in the same folder where I have the project. To give it a name, we save the files in our own computer, okay? The native files are saved in our computers. Save, set. And now what I'm going to do, as I'm linked to the Server Center project with my user, I'm able to select any project in my account. So I'm going to select this project, the project of CYPE Solutions CIC. At this point, the program asks me what files I want to include. In this case, I want to include the architectural model. This is the only thing I need in this case to start the installation. So let's select the IFC with the architectural model. We accept. And now I'm able to see, well, the first windows of CYPE water systems. The first one is about all the libraries that I want to use for the equipment. It asks you about the criteria for analysis, and of course, in general, and also what type of materials we want to use and what consumptions we are going to have. By default, is empty. What I'm going to do is use here the import configuration option that lets me import a pre-configure of different codes. So for instance, I'm going to choose in this case, the British standard. Let's accept. So now I have a list of consumption and list of criteria for sizing and so on, okay? This could be one option. And of course, I could have my own, in this case, is empty. I could have my own list of criteria. Okay, that's always open for me. Okay, let's click in next. The next thing that we are going to do is a mapping between the elements that we have inserted inside architecture and the consumption list here in plumbing water systems. Let me show you. If I click here, the program sees that I have toilets and wash basins. I can decide how to read these toilets. It could be, let's say that the W cistern is okay to fill in 2 minutes, and the wash basin, let's take this one, okay, from my list. We say next. These are the default displacements: cold water, hot water, and hot water protection. That's fine for me. So let's finish. But we're doing this reading part, okay. So now you are going to see now how the interface is, okay. You can see that here we have these floor views, so we can move from the different floor views. In this case is you see, I'm going to double click here. By default, we have this distance to the top plane. I'm going to select a lower distance so I can see better my installation, okay? Now the cut is lower, so I can see the wash basins. I'd like to show you something. Why I'm having these elements here drawing directly? Okay, this is because, as you see, when this part, the views, is something particular. Each of the software has, by default, views. I could create more views at any point, okay, no problem. Then we have the levels, that we have read the levels from the architectural model. If I go to CYPE architecture, here in architecture levels, it is where I created these levels. So that's why I can see these levels in the next softwares, okay? And what else? Here inside plumbing water systems, I can see in the part of elements read. This means that they are having read from other applications. So what do I have here? Here I have the model from CYPE architecture. I have the file that I exported as architectural model. If you see here in CYPE architecture, when I shared the file to the server center, here I gave it this name, Solutions CIC architectural model. So that's what I'm reading here, okay? Here, in case of the architectural model, let me go to 3D view for a second, okay? Don't worry, the warnings is because the elements are disconnected now, okay? I'll show you. We will solve this later. Okay, don't worry about that now. The thing is, in models, I can, they give me three items. I could activate or deactivate. I have on the one hand the spaces, I have the building elements, and also the sanitary appliances. I can make it visible or invisible, okay? This is the 3 type of models I have. I could also make everything invisible again. I could make the different categories. I could search by the category. So for example, I could make invisible the facades. Here they are, and the floor slabs, and I could do well, whatever is more interesting for me. Maybe I could use the floor slabs and the sanitary appliances. Maybe I could say, well, on the building elements, and so, like that, for example. And here it is. I could say that I want to see the floor by category instead of by model. I want to say that the categories I want the floor slabs and the sanitary appliances. Maybe it could be quite helpful for me to see only like that, okay? But this is up to me. Another thing, why I'm seeing these sanitary appliances here with the drawing, okay? Because in plumbing water systems is only a symbol like this. Why I'm seeing the whole appliance? This is because in CYPE architecture there are 3 tabs. The one of the sketch, in order to draw, do a simple, if we want to start from a simple drawing, we would start from a line, arc, and lateral, doing things like that, and extruding, and doing the typical operations with geometry. starting from a sketch, we could continue with the architectural model, or we could draw directly building elements and draw the architecture from here, okay, from architecture. Even we could even import templates. We can use the XF or DWG files in order to create the model, okay? Okay, anyway, having finished the part of the architecture, the next step can be to include the furniture. So here in the furniture tab, we have this option of including sanitary appliances. So if we insert these elements, the program lets us know if we want to use from the library of generic elements or from a catalog, okay? So it's possible to insert these appliances, and then they will be read in the next software, okay? So that's, I mean, the interesting thing is that if we do this, if we insert the elements in CYPE architecture, then we will be able to read them from CYPE plumbing water systems, and also from CYPE plumbing sanitary systems, and all the elements that need this information, okay? So that's the part of the connectivity between the different software, okay? And well, now that we have this part of the elements read, the other thing is the elements of our own installation. So what we should do is to continue with the installation in this software in particular, okay? In this case, in CYPE plumbing water systems. So how do you use the software? Well, the software, I think is quite easy. I'm going to do something brief, but just to let you know how to use the software, okay? Let's go, for example, to the ground floor, and again, in order to see it better, I'm going to choose a lower distance, so I think 3 meters from the ground is fine. Like this, for example. Okay, so that's here I am. Maybe I'm going to activate the internal partitions too, okay, the interior partitions, so I see how it is distributed. And well, now what I could do is to start inserting the different pipes, okay? There are a lot of ways of doing this. This is depends on the design and so on, but let's do something basic, okay? Imagine that what I want to do is to do the cold water for the different W systems, okay? How would I do this? Well, what I have to do is go to pipes and start inserting the pipes, okay? Let's go here. Okay, the program tells me that before introducing elements, the thermal installation catalogs must be introduced, okay? It's really easy to do this. I only need to have a thermal insulation catalog. I have here by default one catalog, so that's accept, okay? And now I can continue. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert a pipe. In this case, it's going to be for cold water. I have by default 3 types of pipes. In this case, for the cold water, it could be with simultaneity, or without simultaneity, or it could be a vertical pipe. Well, in this case, it's going to be a horizontal pipe without simultaneity. Okay, imagine we're going to do this. I'm not worried about the diameters now. I'm only going to draw. Okay, now I'm drawing. So let's accept. And before starting drawing, there's something very important to know. Okay, is the height. At which height I want to work. If you see here, by default I'm in 0 meters. Here I am in 2D mode, working in the ground floor. In this case, I don't want to work in the floor. I prefer to have some displacement. So it's very easy. I only need to click here in the blue arrow and choose the displacement for cold water. Let's click here, accept. And now I'm able to snap the different elements. Okay, you see in yellow that I'm snapping the elements. So here I'm going to do like this. I could use the orthogonality button, okay, like this. Let me show you like this. Program is telling me the different intersections, so it helps me do a cleaner drawing, okay? And imagine that this is the, well, in this case, I'm going to do an installation that is only for this toilet, okay? Imagine that this is going to end in the valve for this toilet, okay? So how could I finish this? I could insert now a fitting that is going to be a stop valve, and I'm going to say that here in the specific operating conditions, I'm going to say that this is the start of the installation. Okay? My installation is going to be only this. So no problem. I click here, start of the installation, accept. And I insert the element here. If I need a little more insert, in fact, I'm going to give it a bit more space. I'm going to move this a little bit to the right. And now insert the valve. Fitting. This is the start of the installation. And I'm going to start installation, set, and here it is. Everything like that. And sorry, if you see here, if I do this, I'm in 0 meters. So if now I orbit, you see, I'm going to make the partitions invisible now, and also the floor slabs, okay? What am I doing now? If you see, the valve is on the ground, it's not on the same level. So I should do it better. What I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this with the reverser. Okay, let's go back to this projection. And now what I want to do is when I insert the valve, before this, I'm going to choose the same displacement as I was using for the cold water. I select cold water, accept, and automatically this is activated. So now, if you see, the third dimension is 2.60. So when I click here, accept, you see, this is perfectly in the same displacement as the rest of the installation. So that's it for now, okay? Okay, what else? I did this part of the installation. Of course, I can see there are still a lot of warnings. This element is disconnected from the installation. Okay, the elements are not connected. What is missing? What is missing is the vertical connection to each of the toilets, okay? Of course, okay, I could go pipe and draw the vertical pipe, but I'm going to show you a faster way. We have this automatic tool in order to create vertical pipes. So I can come here to pipes, vertical pipes, and sorry, I'm going to choose this one that allows me to select where I want to create these vertical pipes, okay? So sorry, let me delete this. Second. Change displacement. Now that's faster, okay. So what I'm going to do is to choose the second button that is only for the zone that I want, okay? This is for the whole installation and this is for the part that I want. So I'm going to choose that I want to create a vertical pipe, and in this case, I want to select this for consumptions. So if I do like this, for some reason, it didn't create mine automatically the pipe. I guess this is because I'm live now and this happens sometimes. Okay, no problem. I do it by hand, okay? I'm going to say that is a vertical pipe, accept, and let's create it. In this case, without the displacement. Okay, and we could connect the elements. and well, I could connect. Maybe I did something wasn't exactly in the right point. Okay. But this is in general the idea. Sorry, for some reason I didn't create it in the right point, because that's why it didn't create the automatically the vertical. Okay, but in general is like that. If it's exactly in the same position, it will create the vertical pipe for me. Okay. In fact, what I'm going to do now, because this is only a very simple installation, I'm going to open the complete file. Okay, something with everything. I'm going to show you this one. This one is exactly the same example. Okay, here I have you see this building. Okay, and here well, in this part I suppose I was caliber and everything worked perfectly. Okay, sorry for the little problem. Well, the thing is that if it's exactly in the same position and right, this tool will create automatically the vertical partitions. Okay, let me show you like this. In this case, in fact, what I did in this installation is that here I'm going to change to this projection. The installation was completed. Okay, instead of finishing in the different valves, in this case I created valves of the room with plumbing. Okay, because you see by default I had only 2 types of valves, but if I go to general options and now fittings, I could create as many valves of the rooms as I want. And here I have, for example, one valve that I called a valve of the room with plumbing for the cold water. Okay, here it is, this option. So the program, if I want, can check for me if the position, if we have in series valves of the room with plumbing. Okay, things like that. So this is the kind of automatizations that the program has. In this case, the installation was done from the consumptions to the beginning of the installation. So here I have the installation from the supply connection. Okay, you see that in this element we have this group of elements. The water supply, which is the start of the installation, could be, as you see, the supply connection point here, and we have done the whole installation till the water meter, then the different stop valve and so on. Okay, for the whole installation. The software has options for, of course, these horizontal pipes and also the vertical pipes between different levels. Okay, I'm going to show you the finished example, because what I think, well, one of the best things of the software is that it really designs. Okay, it really makes checks about the dimensions of the different parts depending on my criteria. So if I click in design, after having analyzed the installation, and I click here, I can see the different checks that the program has made. In this case, it's checking if the diameter is enough or not, the flow and the velocity. If I click here in consult checks, I can see with more detail what checks the program has made for me. Okay, I could, for example, imagine that I'm going to go for another. I'm going to make a copy of the file, so I always have the original one. Okay, imagine this is the complete file. Okay, I can dimension it, and if I want, I could make any check at any point. For example, imagine, yes, here in this, for this pipe in particular. Okay, you see that the program has decided that the diameter is 40, and it's okay. I could change the diameter maybe for this other value, and if you see now that a check is not okay. Even imagine I want to check what happens if it's 25. Nothing complies with 25 diameter. Okay, and I can see why. For me, this is a very interesting part of the software. Okay, it really checks if the analysis is okay or not, if it makes sense. If, as you see, with 25, it doesn't comply with my requirements. So if I click in design, the program will decide the right diameter for me. Okay, so this is for me quite important thing. And another thing is that the program generates reports of everything. I mean, like one by one, you could get the different checks. You can get these reports, the small reports, but you have also the whole report here. If we go here to the reports results, you can see one by one everything that has been checked with the reference of the different parts and everything. Okay, everything is here. And also with these tests, flow velocity and so on, that this is something that you can set. Okay, you can say whatever the values that you want to have depending on the type of pipe and then the materials. All of this can be changed from the general options. Okay, you could set all the different criteria you want to have. Everything is flexible for you to configure. Okay, once you have done this, another thing that if I have, yes, I think I have the time for this. Other important thing is the drawings. The program generates drawings. Let's say let's generate for the whole schemes with all the information, tables, and so on. Okay, even with the 3D distributions, but also the distributions of the different toilets and everything. Okay, can be configured and set by your own criteria. Okay, but I think I have to move on to the next software because we don't have so much time. So let me just show you briefly how to do, because we have to do also step by step of CYPE hydraulic systems. Let me start at least for something I want to show you. Look, if I start with new, let's say that we are going to do the file for this. This we're going to be the demo, the one step by step. Okay, let's say that we are starting here. Select project. We're going to select this one, of course. And in this case, I want to show you how to import more files. I mean, like I want to import the architectural model, but imagine that I also want to see the water system installation. Of course, I could do that, and even the sanitary installation at the same time. Okay, I could have any of the models I want. Here, that you can see that I have this again. The interface is really similar. You can see that I'm in the same building because I'm looking the model. So I put a system it can be seen inside in order to avoid clashes. Okay, so there are no clashes between the different pipes. So I'm going to, well, for now I'm going to make it invisible. Okay, but it's important to know that this is here. Everything can be here in each of the software. So now for this software, what I would do is to come first on the left to the general options, and here you can see that I have by default, different codes that I could import. In this case, this is quite important, I think, because we have the American code, the NFPA 13/2022 code. I could import this code. We have also this European code, EN 12845 of 2016, and this from Singapore, this code from Singapore. So depending on your needs, you could use by default any of these. But I say by default, okay, because this is by default, we have these options. But you could always, okay, with these specifications of the distance and everything that that is needed here. But you could always create your own specifications by hand, okay? And you create your own and use it in your file, okay? No problem at all. This is a really flexible software. And well, having done this, the other important thing is that we have to define the space types, okay? Because of course we are reading the space types from we are reading the space types names from CYPE architecture in this case, but we don't know how they are going to be used for fire, okay? So we have to say if the, I don't know, if the common space, how do we want to be it to be used for the fire, okay? So in here, let's say from the list of hazards that could be, okay, from the list, have to choose from this list. So for example, right here, common spaces, okay, let's say that this is this type. So now it's check, and I could continue, okay? Let's say I have to do this for each of these, okay? Like that, okay. Then another thing, but of course, when I'm doing for the fire simulation, I need the architecture, okay? The spaces and everything, that's okay. The thing is that from here, I would have to do that in the part of giving properties to the different spaces, okay? This can be done really fast. And then, of course, when this is finished, I could do a different, insert the installation in different ways. There are, in fact, many ways of doing this. We have the option of creating it by hand, or we have different automatic generation options, okay? So it can create for us automatically the sprinklers. This is up to you, the option you prefer. In fact, here we have this list of sprinklers as well. You could select from the list, you can create you can use the predefined values, or you can select combinations of the options that the program gives you here. I'd like to point out that the software also gives you the option to check or to dimension, to design. And we have this automatic option for designing, which is the sizing rules option, okay? So by default, we have the sizing rules. I'm going to open the finished example. Here we have because I think it's better you get the idea of how this is, especially because we don't have a lot of time. Okay, here this is the same model, okay, with the plumbing done, the architectural, and then with the sprinklers, okay. This has the we have here the sprinklers installed. When we have this, the program performs the analysis. I'm going to show you a little bit how to see this. Let me here, let's design. The program lets you decide what from different hypotheses. Which means that we define the design scenario. In this case, it's in it's here in the 7th floor where I have the worst case sprinkler. I'll show you now. Here it is. I know that this is in red because I decided that the design scenario was in this part, and you can see that this sprinkler is highlighted because this is the worst. Oh, sorry, this is not letting me see this perfectly. Okay, here you see that this sprinkler is the hierarchy most smallest sprinkler, and this is why this has this symbol different than the others. So I can see that this is the worst case sprinkler. If I click here, I can see the different checks that have been made in this sprinkler in particular. Everything has been checked, even the distance from the walls and the distance between the sprinklers and and everything, okay? So here you can see, well, the example when it is okay. You can see, check the different results in the different pipes and everything. As well, I like this to show you something in this. I'd like to show you in this example something that is not complying. In this case here, you can see that there's an error because of the distance from the walls. I'd like to show you this because the program shows you when it's okay and when it's not. So you can see what is going on and make the needed changes, okay? Why is the program checking the distance from the walls? This is because here in general options, here in the specific requirements for each space, for the light hazard, non-combustible and unobstructed, you can see that for the standard sprinkler, the distance from walls is 2.29, okay? So this is the kind of thing that I like to point out, okay? That this is what the program is checking, depending on what you do and what you use in the file and everything, okay? So it's very, very, very flexible, okay? Just for imagine that here. Well, sorry, before anything, I'd like to show you the reports. The report is, on the one hand, the project, with everything in one document. You have everything, and then the material scale, and then the drawings. Let me zoom a little bit. You can see all the different sprinklers. Of course, it can be exported in different formats. Here is in DWG, but it could be in other peripherals, okay? Even PDF, if needed, okay? And what about how to use the software? Well, it's really similar to the other, the one we saw for hydraulic. Again, it could have the automatic generation for a space. This is normally for big spaces, okay? And then if it's for other kinds, like here, for instance, what I would use is, for example, the branch line. I can choose the type of sprinkler and the checks, how the spacing that is going to be between the sprinklers. This is set, okay? So now I could start drawing in the displacement I choose, okay? Maybe by default in this case I don't have anything, maybe, I don't know, 3 meters for example, okay? From the ground. So when I draw a line with the sprinklers, okay? It generates everything for me. Or I could do something, for example, like this, a branching network directly. I could create something like this, with more options, of course. Okay, so when I draw, I do this directly, okay? This could be, for example, for a big space, okay? Something like that. Anyway, the idea is very, I think the program is very intuitive and lets you know everything with different messages informing and what's going on, if something is not connected or whatever happens, and most of all, giving you the information about the compliance with the code or your own criteria, because we believe that well, it's important to be able to create your own materials, your own criteria, your own specifications, because you are the professional, okay? We give you the tool to do that. Okay, so because I think I have like 7 minutes before the questions and answers part, so I would like to show you very briefly some of our software, because we have so many, but well, a selection of software. One of these softwares is the software for different brands of HVAC. One of these is OpenBIM Panasonic. In this software, again, you can see this that we share the same interface, and you can see how easy it is. I mean, like, for now, I'm sure that you could open the program and see the examples with no problem, now that I have shown you how to navigate, okay? So you can see that it's so easy to activate or deactivate the other models, in this case the architecture, and we could continue doing the part of the installation, in this case of the HVAC installation. If you see, the software lets you introduce the different equipment for BRF and air source heat pumps. We can insert also the pipes and cabling, and of course another important thing, the location data that can be inserted by hand or using the Astra weather data viewer. Okay, this is, I think, is quite useful. Okay, you could insert by default this we have this or the Astra weather data viewer includes these station names from Vietnam, so you could choose from any of these stations and continue the installation. Okay, I want to choose the first one. For example, you see that I already have this, and I could of course make a little change. If for any reason it's not exactly this one, I could make that change and export to the library, and I will have it for next projects. Okay, so that's something that I could do. And then, well, I'd like to show you very briefly the results, because first of all, again, the program is giving me dimensions of everything. So I will also have the reports. If I click here in report, I will have the report for the BRF installation. With the in this case with the requirements for Panasonic, this brand, what they have given us as the requirements, and the schema. This can be generated also directly. So later here let's go to the drawings first. For example, only I want to do from floor 0, I think. I wasn't sure if it was the 0 or the 1. I think it's the next one. Drawings from the floor 1. Here it is. Okay, it's in there. So here I have the drawing of the installation. This is the projection of the installation. Okay, and then with the different lengths and values, length and diameter. And we also have the possibility to generate directly here the scheme. Okay. So about this software, very fast is this. Okay. Again, here again, the installation was in the floors. It wasn't in the floors. It was in the floor 1. So that's why this is the drawing. I can get the drawing of this. Okay, perfect. Well, so this is the Panasonic one. We have more brands open in the King, Fujitsu. Okay, this is only an example. What else? Let me. For today, I'd like to show you also Sether loads. Sether loads is our software for analyzing the thermal loads of a building. Again, it's connected to the way you could start the geometry with many software. The only thing, thermal loads need an analytical model. So if you have started with, we are going to a little bit to the beginning, okay? If we have started with a plugin for Revit, with FC Uploader, or with CYPE Architecture, first you will have to use the analytical model tab in order to convert or to generate the analytical model. If you have used IFC Builder, which is one of our modelers, you could go directly to the thermal model part. And from this tab, is the only thing you need to do is to convert analytical to thermal. What does it mean? It means that you have to give properties to the different species, in the sense of what is the cooling temperature you need, the heating temperature, the ventilation values, what's the occupancy, internal equipment, the lighting that you have installed in the different spaces. This is defined here, okay? Then you define the different constructive elements, the layers that the different constructive elements have. The facade, how many layers does it have? You have it here, okay? You define here with detail the conductivity and thickness of each of the layers, and then of course the conductivity or the heat transfer coefficient for the doors and the windows. And when you have finished this, the program can do for you the edge processing analysis. This is for me quite important, okay? And then when this is finished, the part of the defining the thermal model, what you do is to perform the thermal load analysis. You only need to create at least one hypothesis, which is how you're going to do the zones for the building. In this case, we have 2 zones, and then if we update results, we will be able to see the final report for each of the zones. Okay, in this case, this only has 1 room, and in this case, this includes a lot of spaces. So you can see how the percentage of each of the spaces and what is the total load of each of them, and other different graphs, and the peak cooling load progression, the peak heating load, and of course the overview calculation. Here you have the complete reports as well. Okay, I have the alarm that we should start the Q&A section in a second. So let me just close this and finish. I have I think only one more software to show today. So well, more or less this part. I mean, for me, CYPE Loads is a very important software because it gives you the opportunity to have this value, this very important value, the load, the cooling load or thermal or heating load of the building, and then continue with other software such as the software for energy analysis. If you want to know or you want to dimension different HVAC installation with HVAC, so it's quite important, a gate to other software, okay, to perform the thermal loads analysis. Of course, you can, as I explained with other software, you can share to the platform and continue with the next softwares you are going to use. Well, the last software for today, it was CYPE PV Systems. As Christina explained you a little bit, this is a software that now is quite important because you know that the energy is more expensive, the electricity is expensive day by day. At least in Spain, it's getting very, very expensive, so people are looking for alternative ways of generating the electricity. And with this software, with CYPE PV Systems, you can perform first an energy pre-design. So if you know the production you're going to have, that you can import from different, well, in this case from the PVGC's web, you could import the values, okay, and this in English. You could import the different values from this website, or this is only an option, okay. You could have it in a spreadsheet and copy and paste here, okay, and then also other values, the costs they are going to have, and the program is going to get you the production consumption analysis, do it for you with the graphs and everything, and you can do a pre-design in order to know how many panels you will need, okay. Then having done this, you can continue and insert. You want the different the photovoltaic panels, and even do the analysis of the wire in the single line part, okay. So well, that's it, a very brief explanation of this. I hope you have get an idea of what we are able to do. Again, anyway, you have a lot of information in the store about each of the software. If you are interested in one software in particular, you can always search for the software and see what information we have about it, okay? For example, if we come to CYPE hydraulic systems, imagine that you think, well, I think I would like to know more. Well, you only need to go to the website, learning resources, and you will be able to find videos, tutorials, and webinars about this software that you can see anytime. Okay, you can search by language and you play it as many times as you need. Okay, so more or less, I think I explained everything that was for today, and now is the part of the questions and answers.
Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome.
Vừa rồi là phần
Thank
trình
you.
bày.
Thank you very much, Maria.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Các anh chị có câu hỏi nào muốn trao đổi trực tiếp với cả các chuyên gia từ site thì các anh chị có thể đặt câu hỏi theo hai cách. Một là mình sẽ click vào cái phần Q&A part hoặc là cái phần nút chat ở trên màn hình ấy. Hai là mình ấn vào cái nút raise hand thì bên ban tổ chức sẽ trỏ chuột để anh chị có thể phát biểu trực tiếp và mình sẽ trao đổi trực tiếp luôn với cả hai chuyên gia từ site.
Okay, so I think that it's the same that Jan is telling you, I suppose. But if you have any questions, you can put it in the question now in the question part, the chat part, or directly you can put the hand and we give you the opportunity to speak and make the question. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure if they're waiting or they are completely fine because you're very clear, Maria. But I think that we can share, for example, because we have time, how to have that you already showed the architectural model to MAP. But also a lot of people asking us, and we did this kind of thing with Philippines presentation as well. If I have a architectural model, structural model, or, for example, if I have a CYPE CAD, for example, I can export and open in MAP softwares. The answer is yes, you can. And Maria, can you show a little bit?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
I think. Okay, please let me share again the screen.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes, because okay.
I take.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
maybe...
Yeah. Now you can. Okay. So I think that this is a very interesting thing. And after that, also you see that in the MAP part of the software, you have the bill of quantities. But of course, we have another software for the project management that is for all the bill of quantities of the build. So if you are interested in all the bill, not only in the MAP, and you need it, you can do it as well, because we have a special software. And also for the clash detection. We have a special software, and you also can do it in the BIM Server Center. That's the part that Maria explained you before. Maria, you are showing.
Yes.
I continue my explanation after that.
Okay, perfect. Anyway, one thing, because I think maybe people are shy now to ask. Don't be shy, please, because I'm no problem, okay? If you can write in the chat if you want. And anyway, if they have other questions, maybe I'd like to say that we have a frequently asked question section in our website. So here we have like the most typical questions people ask. If they want to see, I don't know, for example, about plumbing water systems that we were talking about today, we have this part of questions about plumbing water system. So if they have, for example, the element is disconnected, here you have an explanation on how to solve this. Okay? So, well, I'd like to. Maybe, Christina, could you share with the people the link to the FAQ section, for example? So,
Yes.
can always, or only this, okay?
Send to in the chat, and I can share with everyone.
Please.
Sorry, you can share now in the chat because you are the host now. You can share the in the link.
Okay, so I'll do that. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you can share the link on the chat and everyone can ask you the question there.
Yes.
Or if the attendee don't have any question today, they can send me an email.
Okay.
Yes, of course. Lo has puesto para los panelistas, María. Tienes que ponerlo para todos.
Sorry. So everybody, okay.
That one. Perfect.
Can you see that? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, now I'll do, if you want, Christina, I can do the example from CYPE. Okay?
Yes, please.
I have opened the CYPE software. This is one of our software for the structure. And all our softwares come with examples. So it's a very good way of beginning, I think. So let's open, I think it was the waffle slab example. It could be that one, okay? Imagine, let's see, keep everything as it is by default. Imagine that I have this is the file, as you can see here. It could be the start, if we have CYPE. So how can I do this part of, how can I start a new project? I just need to go here to insert, well, first login. I want to allow this connection, of course. Now I'm with my user, so now I want to link. And here from project selection, I could create a new project. Okay, start today's date from CYPE. I'm the owner because I have started this. Let's say that this educational project, visible, not visible and close to collaborations in this case. Let's accept. Accept. And now what I want to do is to share. So this is this. I'm going to share to the platform. That's it. So now if I go to the server center to the projects, you can see that now I have a new project with this name. And well, it could be the beginning. Like if, for example, now I want to continue with the plumbing water systems, I just need to create a new file. To go fast, so very simple name. I'm going to link to the project. In this case, to the project that comes from CYPE. I import this, the structural analysis, accept. And in this case, well, again, let's say that I'm going to use the British standard. Accept. Next. As you see, this time I'm not mapping elements because I don't have controls, I don't have sanitary elements. It's okay, it's not necessary. I can finish. And here I am. I can read this structure. I'm reading the different levels and floor views. So I could be, for example, in the ground floor and start inserting the consumption. No problem. I can go to the here. I could start inserting a wash basin, for example. here it is, the option, and I just need to give the display to say if there's a certain displacement or not. If you see by default, the height is 0.55, so it's just perfect. So I just insert the elements manually like this, and here it is. I can start inserting the pipes, and come to pipe, cold water, horizontal, and I just need to select the right displacement and start connecting. Okay, then let's see if now. Okay, this is the automatic. Okay, this is how it is going to be. It creates automatically for me the vertical path, and I continue. Okay, that's it. No problem. The beginning can be very different from different ways, and then I could export this. Now, if we go to the project, the different contributions, we have the structure part and also this little installation. But imagine that I'm working for somebody and I want them to see what I have done. At any point, they can see the part. For some reason, I think it's not visible now, but sorry. Maybe I did too many things at the same time. Okay, but it could be see. Okay, maybe Christina, maybe I could show how to invite to the project, for example.
Okay. The class detection software, Maria.
Sorry?
Okay. The class detection software that we have. Can you open, please?
Oh yes.
Please.
This software.
The class detection, it's a software that we have for that, make the class detections in the MEP project. Of course, you can do it in the BIM Service Center because you can check all the members on the team sharing their parts inside the BIM Service Center, so you can check that. But if you don't want to do it by hand, you also have the option to have this software that is called BIM Model Checker.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, so in this software, the BIM Model Checker, that's Maria is opening, you can make the check detection automatically, importing all the IFC of the BIM Service Center. So the software is doing that class detection by itself, it's automatically, and he's showing you where the problems are and where they're. For example, I don't know if in this project have any class detection.
I don't know, but you can. What I like about this example is that you can see that you can select if you want to check the architectural model with the sanitary system, and in particular only with the floor slabs. It's very flexible, okay? Quite flexible example. And you can also see the documents. It's another way of seeing everything in the same document.
Exactly.
For the BIM manager, probably.
Exactly. So this is the Maria's project. I think that we don't have any problem of class detection. But let me explain a little bit. If we detect a clash, what can we do in the software? We are going to the issues part that there you can see we have 6 issues. When we check the issue, we can take a photo and write a text and send directly to the person in charge of that part inside the BIM Service Center. So automatically we are selecting what parts of the bill we want to be checked. So after we select that, automatically the software start to look for that issues, that checks, and when they found, you go to the issue part and you can see all the issues that you have. Of course, if you put all the IFC of the building and with all the parts that you want to see, all the check, the check that you can look for that, maybe take a little bit time. I think that's normal because he's looking for everything. But if you are doing part by part, you can see very fast the issues that you have inside the build. So after that, as I said, you take the photo and prepare a message that is sending direct to the person in charge of that issue. Of that part. For example, it is a structural part, a structural clash. Sorry, you can send to the structural engineer and tell him, please be careful because in this part you have some problems with the architectural design, and this is imprescindible to have this way. And you need to change it because I'm the architect and you need to do it. For example, if you want, if you are an architect, or for example, if it's a 5-part that it's very, very important one, and you have something like HVAC part, you have the HVAC part have another way to create the structure, so you can also send them and say that the fire is obligatory put in here, so you need to change it. Okay, so this is a software that it's very, very interesting. We are not really showing in this kind of webinars because as we are focused in the MAP software, and this is more for project management, so we are not showing, but it's very interesting because it's like is a BIM clash detector directly.
Yes, and Christina, sorry, that give me an opportunity to say something.
Please.
Related to this, okay? Because I think I think this is quite interesting, and we have also another option in the platform for these kind of things, that for the communication between the teamwork. If you see, for example, for the project that I was showing at the beginning, the most complete one, okay? Here, I saw the dashboard, but the notifications part is very interesting too, okay? In this part, from here, I could create issues also. So I could create an issue and inform any member of the project about the problems that I have seen. So it's also possible to do this, okay? The program tells me what is the title first, what is about what part it is. The program is seeing exactly what contributions that in this case, for example, I have 4 contributions, okay? 4 files. So here I can say from which file is the problem. For example, imagine that I see that some work basins are missing. Okay, just inventing.
Okay.
Floor 3.
So I think that it's all for the presentation. In the time that Maria is finishing to write that, I'm gonna put the contact from Miss Jan and his email, and also my telephone. I have one from Spain that it's only for contacting in WhatsApp, and another one that you can call. It's an England number that it's more easy to make calls directly with that number. And also you have my email, but if you want to contact by telephone, I think that's better to contact directly to Miss Jan. So are you finished, Maria, or I interrupted you?
Almost. Only that here that you can have this list of issues regarding the project. In my case, as I'm the author, I get it myself, okay? But I could send to another people in the work team if there were more people, okay? I could create collaborators and they could be included. So yes, here also we do this kind of managing of the project, and this is the automatic generation of requirements. The program sees, for example, if I have an electric device, for example, the TV or something like that, the program will tell me that I will need a plug, things like that, you know? It has the automatic detection of needs. And also, well, the program generates suggestions for you. For example, it suggested me that I could invite other users to collaborate in this project. It has seen that I'm alone in the project, You know that it's very important to collaborate and find professionals for each of the part. So it's one of the things that is automatically done. So that's more or less that's it. Thank you.
Perfect. So let me take the host. Okay. So as I said, I'm gonna send by chat. Here for everyone that you have. This is Miss Jan's contact number and email, and also mine. So if you have any question or something like that, you can send us an email, or you can directly call Miss Jan. Also, if it's a very technical one, as is the same, to contact Miss Jan or me, we are contacting directly to Maria Adrian to be capable to answer all the questions. So, Miss Jan, I think that if you want to tell them anything in Vietnamese, now is the time.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Nếu như các anh chị trong buổi hội thảo ngày hôm nay mà chưa có câu hỏi gì, mình có câu hỏi phát sinh về sau ấy, thì các anh chị có thể liên hệ lại với CIC hoặc là trực tiếp với cả hãng sai về các câu hỏi về kỹ thuật. Các anh chị có thể liên hệ theo các số điện thoại cũng như là email mà đã được chúng tôi để trên cái phần chat ạ. Mình có thể liên hệ theo những cái địa chỉ email cũng như cái số điện thoại đó. Ngoài ra rất là cảm ơn các anh chị đã dành sự quan tâm cũng như là dành thời gian để tham dự cái buổi hội thảo số 3 của chúng tôi hôm nay. Buổi record ngày hôm nay chúng tôi sẽ gửi đến mail từng anh chị để mình có cái tài liệu mình tham khảo lại. Cần thêm thông tin hoặc hỗ trợ thì các anh chị liên hệ lại CIC để được hỗ trợ nhanh chóng nhất. Yes, I just tell the attendees something about if they have any question, if they need further information, they can contact to me or CIC or contact you directly. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maria and Christina.
Okay, so thank you very much, everyone, and hope you enjoyed this webinar, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.